Milsey, up the grid down under, southwest, Western Australia. Well, happy day and your new year, happy new year and all that sort of stuff. A bit early for next year. Well, a bit's been going on. I just run you down here to the garden. These hot days, 38 yesterday, it's pretty brutal. I think it might be what's doing the jarrah trees in, to be honest, and it might be, it's like they have to go 6 months or more without a drink. Pretty brutal. Here we got my water gauge, so we're hurtling down to half. So this is sort of today's the 5th of January. Welcome to the new year. Hope all your goals and your New Year's resolutions and that are really kicking in, you know what I mean? I got a few. And one of them is I've just done I'm doing the fasting a bit different this year. I don't know if you watched any of the fast videos, but last year I did a 14-day fast in January, and then I did a 10-day fast in June. Then I did a 10-day fast in December. So that totals up to about 34 days, close to 10% of the year. So yeah, if you want to cut your food bill by 10%, there you go, right there. That's 10% saving. That's before you cut out 25% of breakfast. You're saving money. But what I'm doing this year, I don't know if you noticed, not yesterday, but the day before, there was a big full moon going on. Beautiful full moon. I watched the full moon. But what I'm doing this year is those big 10 days and 14 days, they knock you around a little bit, being a bit older. So what I'm going to do is each full moon, and I've just done it, each full moon, the day before the full moon I fast, the full moon day I fast, and the day after the full moon. So, and that equates to 3 12, 36 days. So that's 10% again. And then with the 3-day fast, you can just work, you know, that's nothing. What I recommend you try is maybe one day, come along with me, one day, the full moon day. See if you can survive without eating one for one day. Now what we've got going on is there's the rock melons. And I'm a bit worried about these watermelon things. I don't know if they're watermelons or those bloody things you see out in the paddocks. Because a lot of this is sheep manure, so I don't know. This one's a watermelon. These are the long watermelons. So if they were going to be watermelons, they'd be the round ones. But I bought 3 of these, so I got these long watermelons here. So they're all grown. There's 4 of them. There's another one in there somewhere. But these things, I just wonder if it's that weed that you see in the paddock with them melons. Because look, how many are on this plant? There's one plant in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, this is all one plant, 12, 13, 14 in there, 15, 16 over there, coming around here, 17, 18, there's one in there, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and more flowers going on. Oh, there's some over here, 27, one there, 27, 28, 29, 30. Like I'm watering it a bit. How are you going to get 30 watermelons off a plant? Is that what happens? And there's a beautiful rock melon there, look. That one's going. There's one over there. So I'm just wondering if I'm watering this thing for nothing. Can anyone enlighten me? Enlighten me. So with the corn, the corn I did in another video with the corn. I ripped the corn out. It was all the same, that sort of orangey, sort of, don't know if it was dehydrated, or I reckon there was something wrong with that corn. I don't know, it didn't look right. So all that went to the chooks. I still got 2 here. I don't know, I was thinking of growing it and doing an experiment, see if you can grow the stuff, because all modern seed plants and that, yeah. And I don't think it was the ants, because the ants weren't in there eating it. I don't know. Heaps of zucchinis. I've been eating a few of them. They're a winner. They do all right. And the tomatoes are going off. But again, it's pretty brutal, eating a lot of tomatoes. And the pumpkins. Yeah, if you miss a day, so I'm changing the water program. I was giving all these pumpkin plants one of the, you can see it over there next to them blue watering cans. So I was giving one of these, each pumpkin, and a lot of them one watering can each morning. But I think it's a bit too hard after these hot days. So what I've changed to is half a bucket in the morning and half a bucket at night. There's a rock melon. There's a few in there. There's one in there. Pumpkins. And there's one growing there. There's quite a few pumpkins on there. So yeah, down here to the trees, it's just water, you know. Just the water. And yeah, how's Dictator Trump, Donald? It's okay for them to, I don't know, pick a side, but if you just look at it, it's okay for them to go in and capture someone, president of another country, but no one else. Peace on earth as long as you do as we say. Yeah, that's a bit, and yeah, could be on. Down here, I've got to work out something with the peaches. Peaches weren't much this year. And what I'm thinking, I'm covering all that garden up there. That's a pretty big area. I'm thinking of building a big cage down here, like 3 metres high, and see how it goes. The apricots, this tree I've left to the elements, and I don't know what's eating it, but some parrots, them green parrots, get in there and eat it. Yeah, so down here, the apricots are actually the winner. If that one was covered up, that was the last tree to flower. That was the last tree to flower. And these ones down here are a bit earlier. I've tried a couple of these down here. These are going all right, just need a bit more time, but there's an abundance of apricots down here. No birds getting into them, they're a bit smaller. The ones up the hill are quite big. Yeah, so heaps of apricots. Might look at drying them. I've got to water that again, you know. So yeah, the world regime change. We were having a bit of a regime change here, you know, with the elbow and all that, but that's probably gone on the back burner. Yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon? Venezuela. I thought it was in their little strip. I had to look on the map, the map reel, and a little strip between North America and South America. But it's actually, yeah, you probably know where it is. It's actually on the top of the South America next to Colombia. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me if a few drugs are getting out of there. But you want to look at demand. If you can cut demand, well, there'd be no supply, would there? So, yeah, yeah, funny old world. 2026, where are we going in 2026? I'll do a video on the black swan. I don't know if you heard the black swan. I see a few on the horizon. So yeah, folks, that's probably it now. So yeah, regime change. Like, we got to put someone in that we like. Yeah, don't know, folks. What do you reckon? And think about that fasting. You know, you want to save money. There's 10%. You skip breakfast. Breakfast probably 25%. Look at all the money you're saving. And you know, you might even feel a bit better. But tell me if you die. You know, if you don't eat for one day, just let me know if you die. I don't reckon you'll die. Not medical advice. But yeah, that's what I'm doing this year, and then I'll probably do a 10-dayer in June, and mixed in with the 3-day ones. So folks, that's it for now. I've been started, if you can notice, down there on the garden. That's one of the goals. So 2025, I ticked off that veranda. I ticked off all this little solar down here, the pump, the water tank, verandas, the plumbing. Got the plumbing in. Got the kitchen in. Got the bathroom tiled and in. Yeah, did me rammed earth garden beds. And there's a few other things that I probably did, but here the problem was. I ticked them all off by the middle of the year, basically, so the second half of the year I had nothing to do, which was good. I needed a rest, but now I'm ready to get on and try and finish it a bit. So yeah, water, I'm down to half a tank there. I don't know, folks, half a tank. We'll see how we go. If I've got water in this tank before the end of summer, it's going to overflow in winter, and I have to look at something to capture more water. And that's it, folks. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're not in Venezuela. At least they didn't just shoot him, Trump, you know. Yeah, that would look a bit dodgy there. Let's take him to court and, you know. I don't know what he's done. I don't know what the history is, you know, but people say there's a lot of oil or something in Venezuela, like, you know. We're not deluded anymore. We sort of, well, are we deluded? We're not so deluded anymore. We sort of know, but there's nothing that can be done. You see, they got the biggest guns and that. I reckon they're bullshitting about the 150 planes trying to scare Russia and China. Yeah, it's a funny old world. So, you know, what if China wants to go in? I'm not picking sides or nothing, folks. I'm just sort of taking both sides, to be honest, looking at both sides. What if China wants to go in and do Taiwan? You know, that's on their doorstep. Is that their business or is that our business? But yeah, so I don't know. That's a pretty bold and sort of act. Trump, I just wonder if anyone will call his bluff. Anyway, that's it all for today, folks. I hope you're having a great day. If you're not, you got tomorrow, hopefully. Wherever this finds you, I hope you're doing well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share. We'll catch you in the next video.